So we were fortunate enough to receive this donation from the Helmsley Charitable Trust, where basically we received a bunch of diabetes supplies. A lot of insulin, both basal insulin, bolus insulin, test strips, glucagon, you name it. And the whole purpose of this gift is to distribute this insulin and these supplies to people who are in need, particularly right now with the pandemic going on, people losing their jobs, losing insurance, having limited access or no access to insulin is a huge problem. So we've thought about the best ways to distribute this insulin, and we've come up with two major ways. One, we're going to donate a lot to the free clinic at UCSD that sees people with diabetes for free and can help get insulin to the masses that way. And we've also heard these stories about individuals that have had particular struggles dealing with this. And this individual we're going to talk to today, his name's Ryan. He's in his early 20s, was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes since the age of 9, and has fallen on hard times, has been having to pay out of pocket for insulin, has had trouble making it month to month with enough supplies, resulting in him going to DKA, which has just obviously caused havoc for him and the family. So the point of this is to hear Ryan's story, but that his story is emblematic and representative of so many people living with diabetes, especially right now. So that's kind of it. I'm really interested to hear what he has to say. Okay, hi. So again, I'm Jeremy Pettis, endocrinologist working here at TCOID, and I'm here with Ryan and his mom, Tammy. And just wanted to say thanks, guys, for coming down to the TCOID office. And wanted to start just kind of, Ryan, by getting your story, telling us when you were diagnosed with type 1, and we'll start with that.
All right. I was 9 years old, and one day I was playing outside, and then so my mom brought home pizza, and I started eating it, and I probably got down to my last piece, and when I took the last bite of it, my stomach just ended up like twisting. A couple hours later, I just felt really, really sick, and so I went to go lay down, and just every time I would go to eat, drink anything, I would just constantly just vomit it up.
Yeah.
I was just starting to lose weight like rapidly, and then probably like the third day, we ended up going to the hospital. And they ended up checking my blood sugar. I'm not sure what it was, but they checked it and they told me that I was type 1.
Yeah.
It was 356. It was 350.
So you guys ever heard of type 1 diabetes at this point?
No, not really.
So you're 9 years old, and obviously there's a whole lot of changes that happened then. And then fast forward to now, how old are you?
22.
22. And then have you had any problems related to your diabetes? Any complications, would you say?
Right now, my left eye is starting to go bad, so I actually just got a pair of glasses to help me see at night because I can't really see.
It's a diabetes-related problem?
And then I have a whole bunch of this stuff all over my arms, my legs.
And what, when you get your A1Cs checked in the last couple of years, what do they typically run?
His A1Cs have been like 10s.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then what's happened in the last, since the pandemic or the last 6 months or so that's made it more difficult for you?
Getting my insulin is really hard because my doctor wants me to come in, but it's hard to now with all this going on. And what's happening is that when me not making it or being able to do anything, she holds back my insulin. So it causes where I'm trying to save that every drop to last me that month to get more. And it's making it where my blood sugar goes high.
And so are you supposed to go in to see the physician every month? Or just call, or how does that work?
She wants me to go see her, but when I make appointments to go see her, she puts them out like 6 months out.
And if you call the provider to say, can I have more insulin, they say,
We want to see you.
So have there been days that you just don't have any insulin to take?
Mm.
And in the last couple months,
there's some times where I can't eat anything all day until either my blood sugar goes down and then I can eat, and then I have to eat a small amount.
And you have no insulin.
Right.
So have
then
you
he ends up going into the hospital to get it.
had to try to buy insulin yourself out of pocket?
Oh yeah, we have.
Yeah.
We have.
We actually did that for the longest time before.
And how much was that costing you?
So it was costing about up to $600 for just the Novolog.
Wow. A month.
A month.
Plus Lantus or whatever
Right.
else, plus
And the
test strips,
syringes
plus,
test strips, yeah.
So then maybe $600 to $1,000 a month you're having to pay, which obviously is not easy for anybody to swing. and then you get insurance, and now you're limited by kind of provider access, which I'm guessing has become worse with the pandemic and not being able to physically get in and things like that. Like, I mean, does this idea of like not knowing if you can get enough insulin, how does that affect you when you're type 1 diabetes? I mean, is that always in the back of your head, or how do you deal with that?
I just try to like live my life every day as much as I can, but like I try to do what I can with that insulin.
Mm-hmm.
And it does suck to know that like, oh, I only got one box this month and I gotta wait, because then now I'm scared, because I've been to the point where like it was hard to breathe, my back was just, everything was hurting. Like I thought that was like it, and it scared me, and I don't want to go through that again.
So what if you had all the insulin in the world, and everybody did? I mean, how much of a burden would that take off of you? How much does that weigh on you and the family?
It would take a lot of weight off of everybody's shoulders in the house, because just knowing that I can like be healthy and be able to have my same carb and then be able to take control of it and do what I got to do, then that will help a lot
For you and the family?
Yes.
I mean, and how have you seen him been doing in the last couple of months? I mean, do you worry about him? Do you?
Sorry, I get emotional.
No, it's okay. Yeah. We'll come back to you. Yeah.
It's been hard. Just the same struggle.
Yeah. So I wanted to get to the supplies. So I mentioned to you guys that, we've been fortunate to receive this gift from the Helmsley Charitable Trust, where they gave us some insulin for people just like you, who have a hard time getting the supplies, or run out of insurance. There's any number of reasons that people don't have insulin right now. So we have some insulin to give you, some test strips, these kinds of things that have been donated to us. So first, I'll just give you this. So I know that this is actually donated through a company called Eli Lilly, and I think this is about a year's worth of Lantus to start with. So it's called Basaglar. It's a different type of Lantus, but that's for you. And you can still get your supplies through insurance and things like that, so you can keep stockpiling this. And this is about a year's worth of the Humalog that is yours. So let's take a look at that. And then some test strips and a meter. You'll have the continuous glucose monitor, thank God, but it's always nice to have these. These are not cheap either. And then some pen needles for you, obviously, for the pens. So it will last a year. Put it in the fridge when you're not using it. Don't worry about expiration dates. But hopefully this gives you some peace of mind that you don't have to worry about this piece of it.
Yeah.
And there should never be a day when you're not eating, or managing eating less because you don't have insulin. So this is step one. And step two is going to be, like I said, happy to look at your continuous glucose monitor and kind of help you get, on track. But there's no reason why we can't get your blood sugars under control, and you're going to live a long, healthy life. And that's the whole point.
Thank you very much.
I really appreciate it.
Go ahead, play with it, whatever you want to do.
It's like Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. I feel a little bit like Santa Claus, but
this helps in so many ways, just because now I can go back to my old regimen and be able to eat and do my carbs right and be more healthier and do what I got to do.
Live your life.
Yeah, live my life.
Yeah. Definitely, we're going to get you on track. Okay?
I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so just got done finished talking to Ryan and his mom, and I think a couple of things really stand out to me. So one, as somebody living with type 1 diabetes, type 1 diabetes is hard. Let's make no bones about this disease. Diabetes in general sucks. And it sucks when you have everything. I have a CGM, I have a pump, I have all this stuff. I am a physician and I hate it. And it blew my mind thinking about opening up the fridge and seeing zero insulin. And what would I do if that was the case? And you're thinking in your head, I can't afford to buy insulin, I can't eat. I've never experienced that. And so putting myself in those shoes, it's powerful, because again, Ryan's situation is not uncommon. And it really was a real gut punch to me to think about what I would do if I just didn't have insulin. It's crazy. So that got me. And again, I've thought about this a lot. And then the other thing that really resonated with me was as a dad. You know, you have the mom sitting there and watching your son, you know, I don't mean to be too dramatic, but die, you know, going through this process with blood sugars high and DKA, and you can't give them this life-saving medication. It's insane. So, you know, I've thought about this a lot. I've shed tears just thinking about people like Ryan. It's nuts. So thank God that we were able to receive this gift, that I work at taking control of your diabetes. And we can do things like this. You know, in this situation, we were fortunate to have this insulin to meet people like Ryan, to disseminate to the free clinic. It's a gift for me to receive this gift. And whether here we're putting on conferences, virtual or in person, or we're doing educational content or helping people get insulin, this is what we're here for. And again, I'm just so thankful for the Helmsley Charitable Trust. It's really been eye-opening for me. And I'm hoping, obviously, we can help Ryan and his family, but I wish we could do more.